I noticed this paradox that all the Conservative Party leadership candidates endorsed Priti Patel's idea of a Rwanda policy, and yet so much political damage does she seem to have sustained through that policy and others that she can't even make it. Well, in fact, she's removed herself from the ballot earlier today. It is a paradox, isn't it?
It is, but also it's very interesting for the upcoming vote for the Tory candidates that among Tory members, I think it's something like 70%, correct me, who are keen on the Rwanda option. And so you can see, you say she's stood down, but why I think all the candidates so far have backed it, that here you have an option which is extremely popular among Tory members, perhaps slightly less popular in the country, but even less popular among the commentariat.
Mark, before we let you go, just reflect. We're not writing Priti Patel's political obituary. It's entirely possible that whoever is the next Prime Minister after Boris Johnson keeps her in post, says, actually, Priti, you're doing a fantastic job at the Home Office, keep on doing it. But one thing it appears to me is that whoever, whether it's her or if she's succeeded by somebody else, that somebody else will not take the softly line. They can't. The Conservative Party will not let them take a softer line than Priti Patel's taken.
No, they can't afford to, as far as the party's concerned. You're absolutely right. And Priti Patel herself, there's no doubt, has been damaged by this whole crisis. She tried months ago, you remember, more than a year ago now, to give more money, to millions more money to France so that they would step up their patrols across these beaches in northwestern France to try to stop the boats leaving the beaches in the first place. That didn't work. Then, of course, she introduced the turn-back policy, which never actually was carried out in earnest, because even though they bought the jet skis for Border Force to use, people within Border Force were saying it's too dangerous. You start turning these boats back in open sea, you're going to end in tragedy. So that was abandoned. Now you've got Rwanda. Rwanda is mired in political challenges that are still going through the courts. So who would want to take on that job? Priti Patel may stay in the job because
nobody else wants it.
Well, it's a convenient issue to have her in control of if you're Prime Minister, let's say.